South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, who was recently accused of corruption by the former President Jacob Zuma, has addressed the nation. And during his address, Ramaphosa, in fact, has vowed to implement the recommendations that have been made by the investigative panel, which is leading a probe into government corruption. Ramaphosa has pledged to crack down on corruption and has called for a national-level effort. He said that the findings of the probe have exposed the central role played by the private sector in the mismanagement of state funds during Zuma's tenure. Now, the President also spoke about a new General Intelligence Amendment Bill to review the ethical standards of state tenders. It can also ban ministers and board members from being involved in procurement within state-owned enterprises and government departments.
Those who are involved in corruption or who are even thinking about engaging in criminal conduct must know that all the instruments of the state will be used to bring them to book. There will be no place for corrupt people, for criminal networks, for perpetrators of state capture to hide.
The former President Jacob Zuma on Saturday accused Ramaphosa of treason. He accused Ramaphosa of concealing a multi-million-dollar cash heist at his luxury farmhouse and said that no president should conduct private business while in office.
Your president is corrupt, yet the busybodies and self-appointed anti-corruption crusaders and NGOs are dead silent.
Now, Zuma's comments came just 2 months before the African National Congress's conference, where the president is expected to seek a re-election as the party head. And also, our correspondent Calden Ongwo has been tracking the story very closely for us and has sent us this report from Johannesburg. Listen in.
President Cyril Ramaphosa says through the implementation of the state capture report, South Africa is in a new chapter to fight corruption. He has announced so far over 160 people have been implicated and have already appeared in court. Around 1,044 entities were likely involved in state capture. Ramaphosa confirmed that a total of 2.9 billion rand stolen money had already been recovered so far, and South African Revenue Services had already collected more than 4 billion rand in unpaid tax. Ramaphosa also made a major announcement that the investigating directorate will now be a permanent arm of the National Prosecuting Authority. Going forward from here, the recommendations that is submitted to the Parliament will be deliberated and suggestions by members of Parliament and from across society will be welcomed. This is Calden Ongwo from Johannesburg, South Africa for WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.